Welcome to Think Woodworks, everybody. My name is Izzy Swan, and I got some fun stuff planned for you today. We're going to get steamy. Anyway, today we're going to talk about thermoforming wood to be specific. There are several methods in which you can thermoform, and when I say thermoform, I mean you make wood hot, you bend it. You can just heat wood if it's green and use that to make bend wood. You can boil wood. You can do that several different ways. And then, we can steam bend. Steam bending can be done with a steam generator in a wood box, or you can do it in a microwave. There's all kinds of little tricks for doing steam bending. Today we're going to talk about what I think is probably one of the better designs for steam boxes. My opinion. I'm no expert, that's for sure. So I'm going to show you my steam box, my little steam generator, and we're going to talk about steam bending a little bit. Last winter I designed and built the this Adirondack chair. Right over here. Pictures. Okay, so now you've seen the chair, and there's, I don't know, 42 pieces, individual pieces on that chair, and 32 of them are steam bent. So it's an interesting way of getting, those profiles or shapes on wood without having a bandsaw. Yeah, and plus it makes it stronger. When you cut a straight piece of wood with straight grain, that grain is all lined up, and then if you bend it into the shape that you want, that grain keeps the strength, so you can use smaller pieces and get stronger results. So that's another method. That's another good reason for steam bending. So without further ado, let's show you the steam box, and we'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll talk about steam bending a little bit, and then you guys can go on to your next wood video. Yeah. Are you ready? Okay, so this is my steam box. It's nothing fancy. It's just a box made out of plywood. But in the middle here, what I've done is I've taken some 6-inch stovepipe. And they have different size stovepipes, so if you have bigger pieces, you can use, if you have bigger stuff that you want to steam, you can use 8-inch or 10-inch stovepipe. I like the 6-inch because I can use a coffee can on the other end to stop it up. And as you can see, I've got some stuff in here right now, and the steam is pouring out. So let's close this up. Let me show you the business end of this. So what I've done on this side of it is just got a coffee can. I've capped the end of it, and you can see this is insulation. This is that R9 insulation that's made for 2x4 walls, or it's R13, one of the two. And then I've just got some inexpensive 1/4-inch ply that I actually ripped off of a couple of pallets. This thing is pretty much made out of all pallet wood. And then down here, this is my steam generator, and this is an old a clothes steamer that got from one of the, I can't remember where it came from, but it was like 20 bucks when I bought it. And when you fill it up, this thing will generate lots of steam for about a half an hour. Between this and the stovepipe, which cost like $8, and this was like $28, and the rest of it was all free scrap wood that I accumulated, I got about 30 bucks into this whole steam box. Now, one of the big, if you're going to build a steam box, and you're going to see a lot of steam boxes made out of wood, never use plywood. If you're going to use a wood steam box, don't use plywood, use natural wood, and then even that over time is going to warp and twist, and it's going to, I just don't like wood steam boxes. I like a metal core box that you can insulate. If you do that, you really don't need a real powerful steam generator. You can just use, whatever you can find, and there's lots of different ways you can generate steam, and you'll find lots of different stuff on the internet about that, or on YouTube about that. So this is my take on a steam box, and this is what I prefer doing. I like this method. It seems to work the best. When you're steaming, you want to get the temperature internally up to 212 degrees, which is hot. That's the temperature at which water boils. And the general rule of thumb, when you want to steam bend something, let me show you here. This is hot. That didn't work. So the general rule of thumb is for steaming, as far as time goes, let's say I have this piece right here, 7/8. It's 15 minutes for every 1/4 inch. So for every 1/4 inch of thickness, I want to multiply 15 minutes. And that's how long you need to bend something for. And I've got a couple of pieces of natural wood in here that I'm steaming at the point, and the rule stays the same. For every 1/4 inch, it's 15 minutes at 212 degrees. Let me get this piece out of here. Nope, that's not the one I want. Where is it? It's way in there. All right. warm. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna, let's go a little bit further. Is I'm just steam bending a bunch of these twigs into a round for a project I've got coming up. Making a ball drop for New Year's Eve. We're having a bunch of kids over. Thought it'd be fun to, rather than having watching the ball drop on TV, we'll have our own ball drop party. So, and just by using a few clamps, I'm going to clamp that in there for just a couple minutes. And you can see I've got some string under here that I laid down before I put the twig on. And what I'll do is I'll let this sit for about 10 minutes, and that'll help keep that, that'll help these fibers will start stretching out into that shape, and then I'll just wrap some string around it and toss it aside. And you can see I've already done one here, and it's going to keep the general shape of that circle form. And I just wrap some string on it, and that helps it keep it that way. And I'll let that sit overnight. Sometime tomorrow afternoon, I'll start working on the ball drop. So you can't do that with everything, but with twigs like this is a real easy process. And it's a neat way you can just use one form instead of having to build a bunch of forms to make all your shapes. Again, you know, with this, it's okay. If you're doing fine furniture or you're making chairs or something like that, you're going to want to leave the piece in the form while it dries. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free, and I promise I'll bring you lots of helpful and useful information as we go along here. I've got some more tricks with steam bending, some cool stuff I'll show you in the future, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks again for watching, and I hope everybody has a great new year.